You've assembled a great roster of players as we take a look at who will represent the East and the West here. And very few people saying no when Kenny got on the phone to say, hey, would you be interested in playing?
Not at all, Ernie. Everyone said that they would come. They're here. They supported guys showing up at the last second like AI. I didn't even know. Carmelo walked in the building. I didn't know. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful night.
And so we are underway, and Kevin Garnett with the first shot banks it home.
You know what's amazing? America, man.
No question.
You know, everybody wants to blame some people. But it just amazed me. People never harp on the good stuff. It's been so many people who have stepped up really hard. And I'm just proud to be an American. Yeah, that was some mistakes made.
Rocket faithful show their support.
Oh, that's good. That's another story with Carmelo.
Mello from Dwayne Wade.
You know, it's an all-star.
Off the mark from the corner. Damon Jones and LeBron James will be teammates this year as Rashard Lewis converts on the other end. How about Cleveland? Are they a better team?
Got a lot of spaces now for LeBron and get the avenues to drive and lay in.
You know, but I honestly like the Miami trade. Walker, if he's going to be able to help Shaq on the board, that's going to be huge. And I think Detroit is much improved also.
In a soap opera type atmosphere.
And somebody gave up there. Excuse me. I have to touch something up in the sky here a little bit.
They lost 2 starters, and they've got 7 out of 12 new players.
They still got that guy, Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, but let me tell you something.
He's gone from Miami. He cannot be the butler anymore.
And
here's what we've come up with. Okay. You got King James there. You got a king on the court. He's fine with court jester. So maybe CJ the CJ.
Oh, man.
Well, you know, I always call him the great Connor Hawkins.
The Alvin assistant. Avery Johnson.
Under 20 seconds to go now. Gilbert Arenas makes it a 20-14 game. All right, Segs, they have become fast friends here on this day in Houston.
I think they are better, but it's all going to come down to Stephon Marbury and his relationship with Larry Brown.
This game has become the defensive struggle we anticipated, hasn't it?
Well,
hearing it from the bench.
I guarantee he won't stop shooting, though.
Gilbert Arenas is pretty good.
He is really good. Yeah, he's going to hurt them losing Larry Hughes.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue.
2-pointer for Lue.
I'm telling you, Tyronn Lue know them Hawks. He know them Hawks going to be much better. He told me to tell you that, Kenny. But that's it. Kevin needs a lot of help. Because he is lonely.
LeBron James.
He reminds me of me. I tell you what, I love.
You think it's not too many?
No, because they didn't lose anybody important. And I think Jason Williams is going to tempo. I love James Posey. I think the key is going to be Antoine Walker, how he's going to help Shaq on the board. And Udonis Haslem. Smile to their faces for a little bit of time.
You know, and we basically gave out about. Oh my goodness.
We interrupt this thought to bring you Tracy McGrady.
Wow. There's about more than 5,000 of the jockeys that we just gave tickets to be part of this game. And plus, like I said, one of the requirements we had was every player had to donate the money and give it out themselves, not their handlers, not their assistants, no one. And that's, every time I said that, they was like, that's what I want to do. I want to get in the trenches and be with these people and let them know that they're not on the island by themselves and we care.
Really, it's a shame, but politicians, once they get involved, they screw everything up. They start blaming each other. Hey, them just Americans to me. And I'm really glad they stopped calling them refugees. They're evacuees. You don't have your educations. Get your education, kids, black, white, or Hispanic.
Well said, Chuckster.
On a test for 3.
Kobe and Lamar Odom. You know, people expect him to be a franchise player in Washington. Every player is not a franchise player.
Steve Francis,
franchise on star. Right on cue. Franchise for franchise player.
Came with me and hold our breath. And I told her to do what I do, and she followed me. And she lead to another way to buy a tree branch. She came by a tree branch. I took a stick and I pulled her hand, and she came towards me, and I pulled to her and climbed up on the roof for 3 nights.
What did you able to get out of the house? What did you bring?
Out the house through out the window, bedroom window. Asleep.
And I drank the dirty water because I was thirsty and dehydrated.
I kept putting it on top of it.
Are you ready to rebuild your lives here in Houston? You go back reaching back. Congratulations. Glad you're able to make it through it, TM. I know Dorothy says the same thing about saving your life.
Right.
Thank you, EJ.
Sound like me. Could have been Queens, New York. You know, you saw Stephon Marbury crying in a press conference. We came out of. And we have to empower some people who can't empower themselves because of this incident. And this is what it's all about.
Avery Johnson, coaching one of the teams here today, said it best, too. He said that tragedy didn't hit Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama. It hit America.
Yes, sir.
And we're seeing America's response.
And Avery Johnson, being from New Orleans, you know, still missing 3 people in his family. You know, he's got tons of family.
But I've talked to him today, just before the game, too, and he said everybody
got them all
accounted for.
You know, he was like, there's Mario Elie over there with him, you know, former Rocket. But the one thing he said to all those people that he knew in those shelters.
Steve Francis, a little shake. Catch a little glass. To go now in the 3rd quarter. Mike James holds and launches and connects.
I like Mike James' game. Great people, you know, obviously TNT in the NBA, but the staff is kind of put together on the fly with Carmen and Lisa Joseph.
First of all, and secondly, got to get these kids in school.
A breakaway dunk by Dante Jones along those lines, too.
Gave us an improv concert. That's what it's all about. They called me, his manager, Don C, called me at about 1 in the morning, Ernie, and for playing at 4:45, and he's in the building.
Dante Jones with the finish. It's a 94-77 West lead.
Man, there's been so many people. We don't want to miss anybody, but obviously you're going to. And I tell you, there's so many people. When I was spending time at the shelters, man, the Red Cross been working there behind. There's so many great volunteers, and everybody's trying. And we got to make sure when the thing wears off, we don't forget about it, because obviously on everybody's mind right now. But this ain't gonna be a week, month, or year thing. This is gonna be something that's gonna probably take a decade to rectify.
And that's why we continue to tell you to take a look at the bottom of your screen and the crawl and the opportunity to help out through the Red Cross, through the Feed the Children Foundation.
My aunt, 972-740-3002. If you're out there, please call us. We're all looking for you. We love you. We'll come and get you. So Debbie Mason, 972-740-3002. When's the last time you had contact with her or whereabouts? It was actually Saturday before the evacuation, and we haven't heard from her since. And you know, people are all over now. We're just hoping that and praying that she's somewhere and just haven't been able to reach us. But it's a sense that, you know, they think they're going back. You know, I have families in my home who came with 2 or 3 days, felt like they would be, the water would be gone, they would be back. And just every day getting up and
get a cell phone and call people once you get to the places in these shelters.
Wow. Kobe gives them what they wanted to see, and it's 100-85 for the West.
What you need?
The West trying to run away and hide now, and T-Mac can't finish. Gilbert Arenas, Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony. Ron Artest.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what's going to be a very interesting team this year, the Utah Jazz. They got to solve their point guard problems.
Well, they got the kid out of Illinois. We'll see what he can do.
Oh, I like him. That's what I'm saying. I want to see him play, though.
I like Raymond Felton and Chris Paul. I like those two guards too. I love those point guards.
Well, Chris Paul's in New Orleans. Oh, well, he won't be in New Orleans this year.
Yeah,
Games this year.
come on to Houston. Come on, we've opened the arms already. It's 223,000 of them.
They got a team here already.
Do it like the Lakers. Lakers Clippers. We'll support it. We supported everything else.
Yeah, you probably can't do it at this last minute, though. But
Somebody's got to do it at the last minute.
Hey, the Hawks used to play games in New Orleans. Maybe New Orleans could play some games
In Atlanta.
Why don't you combine the Hawks crowd and the New Orleans crowd? Maybe you'll get a full building one day.
Oh, they're going head-to-head right now. Head-to-head threes. Head-to-head threes. Uh-oh. Head-to-head threes. Gilbert Arenas. Oh. Let's see what he do. One more. Head-to-head threes.
There we go. Don't you dare.
That was like 4 in a row. That was good.
J.R.
But I just appreciate all these guys taking time out of their schedule. Because this is everybody got to do a little bit.
114 to 95, as if that matters. In a sport that celebrates team play, this was team play at its best today as the NBA and its players reach out to the evacuees from Katrina. It's been an emotional day here in Houston. It's a day that they've reached out not only to the Katrina victims, but we remember 9/11. The most poignant part of the day, a moment of silence at one of the shelters for the victims of 9/11. It's been that kind of day. Thanks for joining us here on TNT.
I can remember, living in South Carolina and having Hurricane Hugo, and I can remember the devastation from what that did to our coast. And I never fathomed that it would bury a city.
Wow, this is really happening?
Well, it was kind of tough to grab a hold to because it seemed like it wasn't true on how a hurricane could just wipe out a whole city and state.
You don't see stuff like that happen. You've never seen it, and for it to happen, and it happened here on our grounds in America, that just, it was mind blowing, and I was just trying to figure out my family and trying to figure out what could I do to be, effective.
My heart was devastated just like everybody else's, for sure. Us as Americans, we tend to rally around our own. When something of this magnitude happens.
My brothers and sisters, dying down there and suffering, so I went through whatever I could to support the fact that get them back on the right track, give them a little hope, and guide them in the right direction.
It was never second guessing or I need to call you back, Kenny, or nothing like that. It was like, what you need me to do, and I'm there.
You see all this stuff on television and you want to do something, but I want it to be productive. I want it to be really hands-on, making an impact. I'm dealing with Kenny because I know a lot of my money is going towards impact, impacting people's lives, and impacting people's livelihoods and their families.
Just want you to know that we are playing a basketball game tonight. That's basically all of the funds and all of the money raised is going directly to you guys. And basically make sure everything and all your needs are met here, not just today, but for weeks and weeks.
Kenny, he didn't know if the game would even happen, didn't know if, we had a location or whatever, but, it was just the initial thought. It's something that we must do. It's just the right thing to do.